Hello, I'm Laura. It is November 1st, 2025, and these are the Saturday Heartlines. The Saturday Heartlines are when we review the theme for the week, which is trick or treat, and we look at the topics that went along with it and see what the overall message is for the past few days. But today I want to acknowledge something. It is November 1st. In the Catholic Church, it is All Saints' Day today, and tomorrow it will be All Souls' Day. And on both days, what is being celebrated in Mexico is Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But first, let's look at the message of trick or treat. We started on Sunday with that new theme, looking for the treats in the tricks of life, the unexpected difficulties that come up, and how we can pull out of those difficulties with the strength of the universe, of the spirit, of the divine, whatever we call it, behind us. So we looked at how divine strength sees us through the storms of life. Monday, we approached life with clarity and courage to meet the challenges. And the clarity and courage gave us ways forward through acts of kindness and care in the face of things like the government shutdown in the United States, where people and families are in need of basic things like food, or of the hurricane happening in the Caribbean. Tuesday, we were breaking the chains of hateful rhetoric, saying no to falsehood and hate, and yes to facts and goodwill for all. On Wednesday, we held special prayers of protection for Jamaica, Cuba, the Bahamas, Haiti, and the whole of the Caribbean and Atlantic as Hurricane Melissa made its way through those waters. On Thursday, we replaced blame with blessings. Again, going after that rhetoric of pointing fingers and blaming others, instead of actually looking at how we can help and serve and uplift each other through the hurricanes, through the shutdowns, through even the wars that are taking place, and the violence that happened in the Middle East and the continued war in Ukraine. What is calling us to be helpful to others? This is what it means to replace blame with blessings. On Friday, we said Happy Halloween and trick or treat through the joy of giving and having fun. And finally, here we are today on the Saturday Heartlines with an overall message of finding the treat in the challenges we meet. And I chose two qualities that we do that with. One is courage and another is faith. I spoke of courage earlier in the week, but really, when we look at courage, it's not the absence of fear. Because, one of the things we enjoy about Halloween and this season is being a little scared and a little frightened in life, because that's life. Life can scare us. It can frighten us sometimes. So when we call upon courage, it's not because we are wishing to be without fear, but to act in the face of fear until our faith in the good takes over and we can move forward with that in our minds and hearts. So let's begin to do that right now through that quiet time of contemplation as we take a deep breath and close our eyes and hold to this prayerful thought. With courage and faith, I find the treat in the challenges I meet. With courage and faith, I find the treat in the challenges I meet. And so it is. So as our prayers for comfort and peace continue with the people affected by the storms, whether it was the hurricane going through the Caribbean, in Jamaica and Cuba and the Bahamas, or whether it was the storms in the United States that have recently gone through and created flooding in many areas, or any storms there may be in your area of the world or in your life. You have the courage and faith to move through, to remember and hold in your heart those who lost people or property, and to know that we are all connected through caring and kindness as we let courage and faith lead the way. Thank you for seeing me through what has been a very poignant time of trick or treat this week. And happy All Saints Day, Feliz Dia de los Muertos, and I will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, have a wonderful day.